Rode microphones are the official microphones of BeTerrific. Find out more at rodemic.com.
Hey everyone, all you BeTerrific fans, my name is Abeba Davis, and this is a league of our own where women who love sports and everything pop culture come together and just share their opinion and thoughts. Now, if you want stats, scores, yardage, and all that stuff, turn to ESPN.com, NFL Network. Ain't nobody got time for that. So we're just here to basically give you our opinions and what's going on in the world of sports, covering from MLS, MLB, NFL, NHL, you name it. We're here to provide it for you. So I'm sitting here with my three lovely friends who share the same passion that I have about sports and everything pop culture. We have Sonia, Milani, and Nicole. Hey, ladies.
Hey.
I am so excited that you guys are here with me. It is so refreshing to find women that actually love sports.
Right.
And I'm not talking about sitting there with their boyfriends going, what's that? Is that a touchdown or a home run? No, we are not there for that. It's just really, really good to just know that there's girls out there that actually understand it, played it, you know. So just give us a little breakdown of Sonia, what's your fondest sports memory?
Oh my goodness. So I've been playing sports since I was 5 years old. I played baseball as a young little girl, and basketball's my thing. I know it's Milani's thing as well. I played college sports, but unfortunately with my knee injury, I couldn't play anymore. So now I'm just thankful that I have a show that I can still be a part of sports, be a part of this whole thing where now we can have our own league, and now I don't have to actually be out on that court,
Right? We can talk about what goes on the court.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, Milani, a basketball extraordinaire. Tell us your fondest memory of sports and why it's such a big passion for you.
I don't have a particular.
I mean, I heard you came out the womb dribbling.
No.
Not really dribbling, but you was
No.
Scores.
I actually was a late bloomer. I didn't even start playing basketball till age 11. I ran track my whole life. And then,
Wow.
So I did that, but I became a professional basketball player, and that was
Nice.
an accomplishment. Which is all crazy because when I was 4, I was in a car accident, and they said I wouldn't be able to walk again. Or if I walked, I wouldn't be right. So I'm look at me now.
Right? I'm going to walk and dunk on y'all.
Wait, can you dunk? I was like, I know you're a point, but
She can dunk. And Nicole, tell us your fondest memory of
oh man,
sport.
I grew up watching sports right under my dad. He played in the minors for a while, and I played softball myself. So my fondest memories are just Sunday afternoon, kicking it after church. You snuggle up under dad, and he's watching either the Masters golf or NASCAR or a baseball game, football game, you name it. But that was our time, and so I still have that time, even though he lives 7 hours away now.
But it's it's a bonding experience, and that's why I had to, I had to figure out a way how we can get women to come together, especially with all the craziness going on now, with TV making it look like all we do is just bitch at each other, fight, slap each other around. That's not true.
No.
Sports to me was a way of escape. Growing up in Kingston, Jamaica, and I had, so much energy as a kid, I wanted to play everything, anything sports, from netball, soccer, football, anything, you name it, I want to play except water polo. I almost drowned. And I discovered perm, and I was I'm not going to mess up my edges.
Yeah, no.
So I was all water sports. All water sports are to the side. So I fell in love with netball, field hockey, and soccer, especially because of my dad and because, Jamaica. It's our first time this year, if you guys didn't know, for being in the Gold Cup. We lost to Mexico, but it was such a big accomplishment of the Reggae Boys. So to me, it just it just sparks more of a fire in me to just get this together, and all of us could just sit and talk about everything that we love about you know, just growing up and bonding over sports.
100%.
Yeah.
So, ladies, all right. So, I came up with this wonderful section that I just thought would be like really interesting for us to give our opinions, because when we do watch ESPN, NFL Network, blah, 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 I keep hearing X's and O's and talking like, I feel like it's in Morse code. When you hear some of these retired players that are in these like really
Stuffy suits,
Brooks Brothers suits or whatever you want to call it, no offense, they look great, don't get me wrong, and you know, I'm glad that they're working, you know, off the field, but we just don't get it. I don't get it. Like, I'm just like, what? You know, if I don't sit and watch the game over and over again, and most of us were not going to do that, you know, and if some of us didn't play it, we wouldn't have that basic understanding. But what I wanted to do while we're all here is just bridge the gap, you know, between men and women and find some common ground.
right?
To where we can just understand the game. We don't have to be like super experts.
Yeah, because we all love it at the end of the day.
Exactly.
That's all that matters.
And we still know what we're talking about, even though we don't have
Milani,
to.
we can still read those plays, you know. I
I
know.
like-
Basketball plays, okay? We got flex.
And I know y'all could dunk on dudes too, so
And
it's
you
kind
see
of
how
like,
women's basketball is growing.
Yes.
Liberty, shout out, #1 in the conference.
Yeah. Woo.
yeah. Speaking of women
New
in
York.
sports, lately that's like the big breaking news. Like women have
Absolutely.
been dominating every magazine cover, every headlines. USA team won the World Cup.
Yeah.
For
And women are actually coaching now.
They're
coaching
referees now.
Yeah.
You know, and we're talking
But they're coaching male
the
teams,
male
Yeah.
teams.
not just, you know,
And
female teams.
of course, you know, you can't forget Miss Serena Williams.
Of course. How can you
Like,
forget
oh my God, from the cover of Vogue to
her
just
own
like-
fashion line.
Yeah,
exactly.
Going head to head with her sister, I think, was probably one of the most rewarding things for me to watch,
Yeah, that
because
was a
they
good
weren't
match.
playing against each other like you often see black women put against each other. They were
Yeah.
playing against each other for heart, for passion, for talent. And to see Serena come out with the W was still just monumental, because you knew that there was all love there and that she deserved that win just as much as her sister did.
That's
so
true. I mean,
Yeah.
unfortunately, she didn't win,
Finish it all up.
but I just think she's still one of the greatest of all time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so it's just women, you know what, I just think we haven't been given our props besides being on, especially on television.
Yeah.
I think just seeing us just only on the sidelines, and when
Or the
it comes
cheerleaders. I'm sorry. I was never a cheerleader ever.
is it?
Okay.
Wait.
Sorry.
I've got. We
Sorry,
might.
not sorry.
I kind of want to pose this question to the fans, because I was the more athletic. My sister, I love her. She was the cheerleader of the two of us. Cheerleading, is it a sport?
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes,
Oh,
it is.
I don't know.
Yes, it is.
I-
I was a cheerleader. Go Terriers, SFC. The red and blue. But no, it is a sport, because there's real injury. There
Yeah,
is,
you guys do flips
we do
and
flips,
tumbles and
acrobatic
stuff.
stuff.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm-
I'm telling you,
I'll say it is.
like real hardcore cheerleading.
You gotta be
is
athletic.
a sport. You have to definitely be athletic, on point. Like, I'm telling you, and there's like you have to be skilled. So yes, it is a sport. Yes, we're in little skirts and little pom poms, and we're all glittered up. But I mean, it's a glamorous sport.
I think when it
must
gets
say.
to different levels, because like
Yeah.
in
True.
high school and junior high, I'm like,
Yeah.
that's not cheerleading. So you don't give it any respect for it.
It depends on the sport.
But
yeah, yeah.
I have a younger cousin. She's going to college now, and the backflips, the training, it's real.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
when you're in junior high, school, you're like,
Not no
Yeah.
UGLY.
You ain't got no alibi.
That's not
Speaking
sport.
of
That's-
ugly,
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Unfortunately, sports has been the new TMZ. To me, it is.
Yeah.
It's been
Oh,
popping
yeah.
up on my gossip screen every single day on my timeline and everything. Like, athletes now are like the new celebrities. You know, paparazzis are chasing athletes more than actors now
Yeah.
to
Oh,
find
yeah.
out what's going on. What you know.
wearing before the game.
Yeah, what are they wearing? What are they doing? What have they done? Especially them felons. Because that's what I call the NFL right now.
Yeah.
The National
Ooh.
Felony League.
The National
Like,
Criminal
National
League.
the
Felony
National
League.
Felony League. Yeah, that's the NFL, because I ain't never seen so many people get arrested before in my life.
Yeah.
Like, come on. Like,
Yeah.
cheaters, dopers. I'm like, I thought I was watching Oz.
Beaters.
I'm just saying, or Orange is the New Black or something.
Yeah,
Like,
it's close.
yeah, it's
It's
ridiculous.
close.
But we act like
And-
we're surprised though, because like you said, it's like they're the new celebrities. We give them so much props. We give, like, from the time they're in college and they're training, they're given so much. Of course they think they're above the law. Of course they think that certain rules don't necessarily apply to them. And this is a blanket statement, but like, I really do wonder about the state of specifically the NFL, I think.
Yeah, I think
Oh,
so.
yeah,
don't-
they are. They're just
Yeah, because
really,
I really think
really
that
horrible.
I really just think that there's like even the penalties that they're getting for it. You
Yes.
know, I mean, they're not. It's like a couple suspensions. You know, it's not that
A
big
little
of a
few
deal.
like slap on the wrist.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't play anymore.
Oh, sorry.
But let it be any regular Joe Schmo. He's going to jail.
Yeah.
You know.
Or let
he's
it be. Let it be. Let's think about, like, you know, just teachers out there. You know what I mean? I mean, let them do something. They let their students cheat. You know, and it's like, oh, they get 20 years in jail. You know what I
That's
mean?
so true.
And then, you know, you see all these athletes. They're beating women. They're doing all sorts of things, and they just get little. You know, they get fines and they get their little suspensions, and that's it. And they
Because-
still get to keep what they want.
Because
Yeah.
money talks.
It
And they
does.
have a lot.
That
of
is
it.
so true.
Yeah.
And they are looked
Yeah.
at as gods, honestly. Like, these
Yeah.
men are looked at as they're invincible, untouchable, and
Yep.
above the law.
And they feel that way.
And yeah, it's true. And it's unfortunate because it's influencing the younger players.
Oh,
like
absolutely.
Nicole, we were talking about
Oh
that
my
story
gosh!
with
Like
that high
the
school
yeah,
player.
there are two kids in San Antonio. They're you know, safeties, tail safeties, and they, you know, it came out later, of course, that there is potential that the referee used a racial slur, and that's what targeted them. But you know, these two high school kids chose to tackle the referee mid-game. Like there is a line of defense in front of them, and they said, "Nope, boom, we're gonna beeline for you." And it was so disturbing. I didn't know how to feel about that because there was such a blatant disrespect for the game, for the law, and I was like, if this is what, you know, our younger generations are picking up from these professional athletes,
Yeah.
I don't want to see that. Like, I don't. But my future
Yeah.
kids will not play sports
Or that
as much as I love
BYU
it.
player on that Boise State, the BYU Boise State game, where homeboy just punched dude in the nutsack.
Yeah.
He was like, here we're gonna do. We're gonna get that fumble and we're gonna nutsack punch. Like, I was like, was that the call
that
from
was-
the offensive? Like, yeah, you go. All right, get the nutsack, get it.
Yeah,
Go for it.
yeah.
Great. All right. It's like, I'm like, are you serious? It's like, it's really ridiculous.
Yeah,
like, what's
yeah.
going on?
But
But-
in other words, too, it's just you think about it in general. I think it's going along with what's been going on in culture. You know, just with violence. Violence is the thing now. Like, it's acceptable, and you know, I think people are trying to rise above it. But at the end of the day, it's like it's starting to stream out into like sports,
Yeah.
especially, which is an easy way to like let that violence out. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So,
But then
it's tough.
on the other hand too, like, I feel like the bad has been outweighing the good because over the summer there's been some great things that athletes have done that we have not seen because of all the negative press that
Oh, man. Yeah.
athletes have been getting, from Deflategate to Spygate, Watergate, every
Watergate.
gate, Headset Gate,
Hellgate.
Jesus Gate, I don't know,
Sportsgate.
gate, any
Sportsgate.
gate, tailgate,
Look what LeBron just did.
Nutsack Gate.
That
Yeah.
doesn't get enough
Exactly.
publicity.
That was-
Exactly.
That's dope.
Beautiful.
Nobody's
That-
done that.
nobody-
That was beautiful.
And the 49ers, San Francisco 49ers, and they combined with Convey of Hope to go to Haiti and
Yeah.
help build orphanages and feed the children. And like, that's been overshadowed by this whole 7 months of Deflategate and
Yeah.
these abusers and felons on the league, in the
Yeah.
league. So it's just sad that there are good and wholesome, humble players out there that are being overshadowed by such a negative view.
Oh, absolutely.
And that's why we can even, like, you know, speak on it, just to be like, hey, we do acknowledge them, they're out there. And I really feel that we should definitely be one of, you know, as women, be the
Promoting
voices
that.
of promoting that,
Absolutely.
not just
Yeah.
the negative, and
Yeah.
to show that, you know,
And there are even some of them that have great families, you know.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh, fantastic.
Steph Curry, we could just talk about, you
Oh
know,
my
and their
God.
family.
Oh,
Riley,
I
my favorite.
Can we
the memes
please
is
can we
hilarious.
please get Riley Curry on the show
Oh
just
my
to do
God,
the
I
name with
wanna
her?
interview that.
Riley.
Just to do it.
Quality girl.
I think I could hang out with her.
I could.
I
I
think she
could.
looks like she will hold her own right here. Like,
Yeah, she could sit right
is
here.
Adorable.
Yeah.
Like, I'm in love.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, there are
I'm gonna
positives.
grab my notes. I'm sorry.
No,
y'all,
I think
because
I was gonna say
this
one
is
of-
like Listen, this is not ESPN. They have the little stat sheets and stuff. We got little notepads. Shout out to my team. My home in Jamaica. Boop, boop, boop. But yeah, speaking of good, because I really wanted to speak on the good because we can remember the bad, but it's like so hard to recall the good sometimes. I do want to talk about like the Rams defensive end, Chris Long and William Hayes. Well, Chris Long is now on Atlanta, right?
Yep.
He's on Atlanta.
Yep.
Yeah, and how they confront homelessness in St. Louis. And these two have been doing charitable gestures for years.
Yeah, it's not a stranger
now.
No publication.
Nothing.
No.
I bet you if they slept the homeless man though, they gonna know.
I'm done.
I bet you.
But it's true.
Right.
I love that. I
That would
love
be
that
everywhere.
they slept out on the streets.
Yeah, for 24 hours in the bitter cold.
Yeah.
40
you know?
degrees and no cell phones, no credit cards.
Yeah.
You know, they said they did have a bodyguard with them, but you know, the bodyguard was kind of undergoing on the same treatment.
Yeah.
And he looked at them and he was like, you know, if somebody really wanted to come up on us right now and like rob us and do whatever they wanted to, they could.
Yeah.
And that was the hardest part. They said, you know, for them stepping into that was like they didn't know where their next meal was going to come from, or they just didn't know what was going to happen next, and how unsettling and
so
how hard
real.
that was.
Yeah, because, and I think it's so great because, I mean, they come from such a place of like, you know, luxury, you know, to like actually step out and actually be a part of something that, you know, is so something they never probably even experienced. You know what I mean? So that's huge.
And that's what I think. If the NFL, I mean, if I was Mr. Goodell, who I think should be lose his job.
Ooh.
Yes, I said it.
Shots fired.
If I were him, I would definitely get a new publicist, play up on the fact that there are good athletes out there. You know, there are good things going on out there in the world of sports, and that there's people out there with hearts that are willing to give back. But ladies,
So why would you fire Goodell?
what?
Why would you fire him?
We need about 2 more hours for us to talk about why we fired Goodell. Like,
Give me 3 reasons.
3 reasons he's Roger Goodell.
Oh, okay.
I said it. But anyway, so we're gonna go we're gonna take a break, and we'll be back with A League of Our Own. This thing is like moving. I think
I was trying to go like this, like
I know. I was trying so hard. This mic. Can I Welcome back, everyone, to A League of Our Own. I am Abeba Davis. I'm sitting here with my lovely ladies, and I'm so glad you guys are back to join us because now we have our section called Follow and Unfollow. Well, follow, unfollow, whatever you want to say. But this is a segment where we basically take it to social media, and sometimes you just want to follow someone for all the great things they're doing, or because they're fine, or you want to unfollow because they're a hot MESS. You spell it, mess. So we're going to toss it to Sonia. Who are you following this week?
Well, I'm following Will Allen from the Steelers because that's my team.
Oh, all
and
right.
I just really like what he represents. I mean, he has his own foundation where he works with kids, and I love kids, so I just really feel like he's trying to like empower kids and help them reach their potential, and I'm all about that. So, you know, go out and follow him. He's definitely, I think he has his own foundation, which is willallenfoundation.com. So I'm all about it, trying to promote it. But this week I am unfollowing, and I'm really disappointed because I really thought he's one of the best point guards in the league. And, you know, we went to this NBA 2K Live event, okay? And
no, you didn't.
this person on this person on this video game, so I will tell you guys, I hate trying to take pictures with athletes or celebrities. Like, I am non-groupie. I cannot stand it. So I just, you know, I felt I would ask him, let's take a picture because I wanted, you know, for all of us to have this to be part of the segment. And he actually said, nah.
No, but for real though, like you didn't even open the package. Like,
Yeah,
who is
oh,
he?
no,
Like,
yeah,
who? Can we
I
get
didn't see. His name is Russell Westbrook.
Ooh.
Yeah,
No,
so,
you didn't.
Can I just say I was there and I watched it happen?
Yeah.
And he took a picture with
He
took a picture with somebody right before.
Yeah.
Right before.
You know.
And this beautiful woman, my friend, goes up to him and says,
girl.
"Excuse me." She humbles herself. "Excuse me, would you take a picture?"
It was like slow
He
motion.
said, nah. I was like, and I even looked at her and I'm like, wait, did he really say that?
Like,
did
did he say yeah or nah?
He
was
said, like, nah.
Nah. Ooh,
He
Russell
was
Westbrook, you dead wrong for that.
Dead wrong for that.
Great
Like-
video game though. Great video game.
I don't
Came
know
out
about that.
today. Go get it.
Yeah. True. So those are my follow, unfollow.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So who's next? Follow, unfollow.
Well, picking up back on Haiti, I recently came across David Nelson and all of the
I love him.
And-
Ex-Jet.
X-Jet,
true.
incredible work
Steelers.
down in
Steelers
Haiti.
now.
Hashtag, in the orphan cycle. It is incredible to see as somebody who has such a heart on and off the field. I think I should, like Sonia and I share that same sort of drive. Nothing can overshadow that kind of talent. So following him for sure, but I have to unfollow Mr. Chris Carrera, St. Louis Cardinals. What are we doing, baseball? What are we doing? You cannot.
like America.
I mean, this goes beyond deflating footballs. This goes beyond stealing playbooks. This is just wrong. I mean, when you've got the FBI, the highest leg of the highest, investigating your team, and it's going to be consequently the whole league. Like,
Yeah.
baseball is never going to be the same after this. You're not going to be able to scout the same way. So I have to unfollow this man. I don't know. I'm afraid.
I mean, it's
Yeah,
okay.
the FBI might be out on you.
I'm afraid.
yeah. You better
I don't
unfollow
know
that
how.
team.
I'm
Unfollow that
afraid.
team.
I'm afraid. So, Chris, bye.
She's getting sound effect. I'm blind. Milani, who are you following and unfollowing?
I'm following LeBron James.
Ooh.
Oh,
LeBron
yeah, that's a
James.
good one. That's
no,
a good one.
I mean, he's been doing so much. Who spends what, 41 million?
More than that. I think it was like $87 million,
like-
honey.
Crazy
was a
money
whole bunch
to
of
make
money.
sure everyone goes to college for free for all 4 years, not just
Yeah.
a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then
man.
he's supposed to be doing something with sending adults to make sure they get their GED as well.
That's what I'm talking
like,
about.
Man,
That's
let me make sure he has
amazing.
any.
Doing
What
something.
else you doing? 'Cause
That's
that doesn't get
amazing.
highlighted enough.
No.
People
Yeah.
want to crack jokes, just talk about his hairline and everything else. How about talk about what he's really doing though?
What
Like,
hairline? They ain't even any hair there. You know,
I've
they
made
on the
those
line.
jokes, and they're still funny.
I
mean-
mean,
ain't right.
hairline like mine.
Nah, it's crazy because his barber had he
His barber don't like him no more.
No,
clearly,
his barber had an interview and he was like, LeBron is actually sensitive about his hair. He's
Yeah,
trying
of course
to.
he is.
Well, that's why he
you know.
stuck with the headband for so long.
I would switch barbers.
You would.
Back here.
He was not fooling
I would
anybody.
unfollow his barber.
If I knew his
barber.
barber, no.
He need a barber now. He needs to just.
But he really
Shave
is
it.
great
Big
though. I
back.
met him
Rogaine.
during NBA All-Star Weekend. We were working the event with Nike, and
Oh, nice.
he knew how to work the crowd. He was just real cool and humble with everyone. Came and said hello to the staff. Like he was just so sweet. I'm just like, oh, he's dope.
Nice.
You know what I mean?
All right, so who you unfollowing?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to go with Westbrook, right?
Ooh, you got two
right.
unfollows.
That was dirty.
Womp, womp.
Now see, I love him on the court. I'm a ball player. Trust me, I
Yeah.
love you on the court.
But
But
you
social
were there-
media wise,
Yeah,
I don't need to,
Yeah.
You did my people dirty.
yeah.
That's right. It's a
Personal.
league of our own now.
Yeah, it's a league of our own. We can do what we want, and we can unfollow you if we want to.
Yeah.
And your True Religion jeans.
Yeah.
I did come for you. I did. FedEx. Express.
Just loosen
All
up.
right, my turn.
Yeah.
Yes.
Who am I?
Abeba.
Following.
Let us know. Let us know.
Or who am I unfollowing? Everybody. Let me
Everybody.
start from this page. Well, I'm going to follow, and I'm selfish. I'm following the New York Jets for the amazing win they pulled out against Cleveland, 31-10. Yes, and Brandon Marshall, especially him, I am following him. I wasn't before because of his crazy issues, but I am following him this week.
did
Because
well.
he did amazing.
Yeah, he did.
He became a defensive back. The ball got intercepted, and
Yeah.
he turned around and stripped the ball back. Like, who does that. Like, he was a beast.
Good.
He showed up. I'm very excited for what's to come. I'm very excited for the new coach, JETS. It's been a long time coming. We have not won a Super Bowl since 68, 69.
And he wears the green socks for mental health awareness, right?
Yes, exactly. So I'm just really happy that the Jets are doing their thing. First game, season
Finally.
opener on at home.
Finally.
Stop coming from the All right, so
Giants all day, even though we lost.
I'm unfollowing, and I need my phone to unfollow.
Ooh, go for it.
Dun-dum.
Go for it.
Dum, 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 dum,
had
dum.
Get 'em, girl.
I even got an unfollow song. Dun, dum, 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 dum. One.
I think
And because it's my league, I can't unfollow more than one person.
I think she's dropping them from Twitter right now,
All
live
right.
on
No,
the air.
I'm not even. Oh, what?
Are you dropping the phone number?
Blue? No, I'm dropping
okay.
them. I'm like, unfollow. Okay. I am dropping Russell Wilson
Ooh,
for this week.
Whoa.
What?
Whoa.
Why?
Whoa.
Is you tight?
Because I am petty. And because he was petty to basically tweet 1-0 before the game even start. Slow your roll, you lost, and you deleted the tweet. Like, so I deleted you.
Maybe he's just
I'm
confident.
going
I don't know.
to go for Pac-Man Jones. You vicious player. For taking off homeboy's helmet. All right. Taking off his helmet and basically smashing his head to the helmet. Like, come on now. Like, please. That was just not.
dirty.
That was quarter past unsportsmanlike conduct. He didn't get fined, didn't get disciplined or anything so far that I know.
yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say he didn't.
Yeah, he didn't.
Yeah.
And I'm going for Sue.
Oh.
Yes, I'm going for him too.
Oh.
Because he's always in trouble. This man has over damn near $500,000 worth of fines for disciplinary.
Sue.
I'm going for him. I am, because somebody has to. But don't come for me.
Or any of us.
Then, like,
All right, she's in a, maybe a league
We
of her own
live
over
in
there.
West
She's a league of her own.
Yeah,
We are in West Virginia in the woods.
In the
They
woods.
said it wasn't really on purpose, but I know him. He is a dirty, sneaky player. And for him to just kick that helmet, look like he was trying to kick it off, like, I don't trust him, and I'm unfollowing him.
Sometimes that conduct, like on and off the court, will get you though. Because like if I had to add another unfollow, it would be RG3. Because so he's not first string quarterback anymore.
He's
sad.
third.
He's
third.
Yeah,
How
not
you drop from third? How
so
you drop from
sad.
third?
You know
When you
how?
get
All those
injured, I was gonna say when you get
injuries,
injured
man.
like that, I understand that's a liability, but you also have to understand that. Don't go liking anti-skins Instagram posts and things
Yeah.
like that. That's just rude.
Why he eating a
Unfollow.
Subway sandwich? That's why they don't run his commercial no more. He ain't eat that fresh.
You got to stay humble. I think even what you just talked about with Russell Wilson, in a sense, same thing with RG3.
Yeah.
You got to stay humble. You
Yeah.
know, I went to a Giants preseason game, and you know what? There were every single player out there was really great. They were classy. They went up to every
Yeah.
single kid, signed signatures and autographs, and you know what? They made those kids night and day, and who knows, future. You know what I'm saying? Just to stop and just, a few seconds, take a picture, sign an autograph. And then you saw some of these other young kids that are playing, and they didn't want to sign. They were like, nah. And you got to stay humble
You
because
gotta
you know
be
what?
humble.
Injuries, all of this stuff, like
You
anything,
never know
snap.
what can happen.
It's gonna
Like,
happen.
yeah,
That whole career
you
is
gotta-
over.
Who said they didn't like Des Bryant because he was cocky?
Me.
Don't look at
Mike
me.
brought him up.
No.
I was gonna say, he handles his business. He
I
handles
think
his
there's a fine line of cocky and confident.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, there is a
he
fine
is,
line.
He's confident.
He's like that emoji.
I just, yeah, I don't know. Like,
I want to be like,
that emoji girl.
it's just last year. He was the one
mean,
that's
he's
thrown
good,
that
though.
rant off on the sideline, right?
Yeah.
Last
Yeah.
year, like
That's
Well, he got
emotion.
and he got into a fight.
That's
in the
emotion.
beginning of
You're,
that
I will
year.
say you're allowed to do that in hockey. You're allowed to do that in baseball to an extent.
But I mean, be a hot mess on the sideline, like you PMSing and you didn't get your way. Like, I just
Yeah,
think
because I
you
haven't
need
seen
to.
this in the WNBA. You
No,
know what I mean?
like women in
like-
sports. I don't
yeah.
even see, and we're supposed to be catty. I don't even see us throw so many rants and attitudes as
And
much
two
as these
sisters,
players
two
do.
sisters playing tennis, and they probably gonna hang. They probably had dinner that night. You know?
I sure would. I'd be like,
Yeah.
nice game, girl.
I'm
you know,
hungry.
like, you picking up a tab though, right? 'Cause you won, right?
I ain't gonna
You picking
front.
up a
I
tab,
lose
right?
to my sister. I'm not having dinner.
I'm having dinner. And
I'm
she
too
gonna pay for
competitive.
it. She quits up.
I'm too
You gotta
competitive.
have to pay for it. You know?
Yeah, you know what though? I might not have
I'm
dinner
too
with my
competitive
sister
now.
either.
Well, I would have dinner. I
Later.
would order the lobster,
Couple
the filet
weeks after.
mignon. I don't even eat beef, but I'm gonna order it. I'm gonna order every dessert on the menu, about 4 appetizers.
So you're gonna have a
Yeah.
food eating contest with her?
No, she gets to gonna pay for it because she won.
She gonna pay
She
for
points
it,
up,
yeah,
like
yeah.
you
She's
know.
got the
So
money there.
I'm gonna eat with my sister. Like we ride together. So I'm
I
gonna eat
mean,
with my
well,
sister.
you just said she won.
No,
See,
like
so
you were
if
saying
you
about
lost,
Serena,
then it's like, yeah, I'll go to dinner.
I'm gonna
I
eat with her
lost.
too.
But if I'm,
Yeah, I'll go because she
Yeah.
gonna pay for it.
That's funny. But that's like my favorite thing about the fall. Like besides food, is also just like the sports. Like we are in a perfect time season wise because we've got baseball's really picking up. Like
Postseason.
postseason
for baseball.
is coming up.
Yeah.
You know, you've got NFL starting back, so it is just. I'm really excited.
And NBA starting up soon.
Yeah,
Yeah,
preseason's coming
all
up now,
184 games. I'm just saying. I can't. That's one sport. I'm
Dude.
like it and baseball. I'm like I'll
Every
catch
day,
y'all
they play
mid-season.
like every day.
Oh,
Yeah.
come
I'll
on,
catch you guys
come on,
mid-season.
come on.
Mid-season, like you know.
Sure.
But
No, but even a lot of the NBA teams, a lot of them are already with their teams, like Cleveland. They're already there working out. The New York Knicks,
Yeah.
which is great. The whole team is there already
Yeah.
working out before training camp even starts. So
Yeah.
they should highlight that. Like that's a big issue. And
Yeah.
That's
and
true.
as,
A lot
of
as
them
much
play
as they talk about
overseas and
LeBron too,
Yeah.
LeBron's
Yeah.
there with the team. He's not being prima donna like.
oh
not
no,
coming.
he built that team.
He's
the one
there.
that went to the finals.
Yeah.
Like he built that team.
He
but
coached that team.
Yeah.
he's about to Kobe that
he
team.
the coach, he the owner,
Yeah.
he the mascot.
He running the
everybody.
concession stand.
Yeah, exactly.
You said Kobe. They said I read the article. The
Yeah.
general manager said Kobe might be ready to go
I
when
told
training
you.
camp starts.
I told you.
There
All
you
right.
go.
I
Good
could
to
see
know.
That. I could see that.
Yeah.
All
After
right.
he tore his shoulder.
Yeah,
So.
that's good to know.
All right, well, there goes our section of follow, unfollow. Yes, we went in deep, and we can follow and unfollow who we want. If you guys have any suggestion on who you want us to follow and unfollow, or who you guys are following and unfollowing, please don't be scared to hit us up on Twitter at A League of Our Own. We'll be back after this break. Hey, Terrifics! Welcome back to A League of Our Own. And again, I'm your host, Abeba Davis. And we are at the section that I've been dying to do. It is called our fantasy picks. And why we say fantasy picks? It's because we kind of do fantasize about these men in a nice way, in a godly, loving way. But at the same time, it's because we really don't, I don't know about you girls, but I get so confused when it comes to this whole fantasy league and like what to pick, how many, who, what points, money. Like I'm so confused. And I feel like it's been like this barrier between men and women, they're in this little league and clique and leagues and we're just sitting out there like, what's that? What's a fantasy pick? Like, girls, like seriously, give me your take. Like,
It's so frustrating for me because I understand the game. We all do. But fantasy gaming is entirely different. I can play you in Madden. I can play you on the gridiron. I can play, watch the game with you. When it comes to fantasy picks, I have no idea.
yeah.
I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah.
I was just thinking fantasy, like, because I got a lot of fantasies.
Hallelujah.
But and they're kind of young now, so you know what I mean. So it wasn't much of a fantasy now. So I'm thinking like, what is this? What's this about?
Yeah.
And you're right. I think it's very difficult because I know I've heard you got to pick two this and that. You got to make sure they don't have a bye week and all that. I can't even keep up with my own schedule.
Exactly.
Much less like when they got bye weeks and all
No
these
kidding.
try weeks and who knows what else. You know what I mean? So it's very difficult. It's difficult to follow for me.
Yeah. So you know what? I'm doing it, girls, because we keeping it real. And I'm actually gonna ask Michael Artist from the Michael Artist Show from BeTerrific TV to just come on in and please explain to us girls like what? What is this fantasy league? Like, I can't just pick them because they're fine.
No.
Or can I?
Oh, look who's
Yay!
here.
It's Michael Artest.
How are you?
Got a good spot.
I'm
Yes.
good.
All right.
How you guys doing?
Come on in.
Yay!
We are terrific.
I am great. Here, I'll do this.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Here we go.
yeah.
Here we
Watch
go.
out
I
now.
feel like
Family.
I'm part of the family already. We've been hanging out all day.
I am. I'm so excited. Yeah. So we're talking about fantasy league, fantasy picks. It's a big deal right now, especially with the start of the NFL season. And it's been like a lot of my friends that I actually who love sports or even know sports really well. It's a little either confusing, difficult, or it's just something where it's just like I don't know if there's like a barrier or something going on. Like what is the whole deal like?
Well, so first of all, I think you guys are doing great. You should be very proud of yourselves. Congratulations. I know the viewers are very excited, and I've got a couple of questions from viewers before I leave from our Slack chat. BeTerrific.com/Slack. If you guys want to join the Slack chat.
Yeah.
Join it.
I think the thing is with fantasy is that it's very, very hard. You have to follow very intensely. Baseball is probably the hardest league you can play in fantasy because it's an everyday kind of thing. You have to know who's pitching, who's injured, and baseball goes so long. I can't even do baseball fantasy, but guys, I don't have time for it. But guys get into it. I don't know why basketball or hockey hasn't taken off in fantasy, really, but football is the one. It's a $12.5 billion with a B billion-dollar a year industry. It's getting bigger. It's growing. You've got places like FanDuel and DraftKings that people can earn real money and also wager real money, and places they can win. The thing is, I think for me, and I've done well in fantasy when I've played, and I don't play all the time because I'm constantly busy, is I go by instinct. I look at how I think guys are going to do, and I take big risks because I think big risks equal big rewards. Like yesterday, Marcus Mariota, nobody would have taken this guy early, and they probably wouldn't have played him. But he's a guy I would have played because I would have said, you know what, the way he played in college, he's going to be ready. I look at the matchup and I go, all right, I think he can have a big game. And I base it on that kind of stuff. I would have lost with the Jets with Ryan Fitzpatrick. I never would have started him, and he had a really good day. But he really should be a backup somewhere. Peyton Manning, a lot of people want to start him, didn't have a good day. And so you have to look at a lot of things. Like for me, I look at when I think they're over the bubble. I talked to somebody the other day, I think Marshawn Lynch is kind of a guy who maybe you look at this year, but might only have one more year left. So next year when everybody's still picking him first, I'm not going to pick him first. I'm not even going to pick him in the first round because if you look at it as far as running backs go, especially guys who run the way he does, his style, he should already be on the decline. He's on overtime. He should actually be out of the league based on how hard he plays.
Well, I would pick him because he is hilarious.
Right?
The best interviews.
And he's a beast.
You know why I'm here.
Right? And so it's hard to pick against a guy, but you got to look at it. It's almost like the airlines look at oil prices and they buy futures, what's called futures. They buy ahead, and you kind of have to look ahead. You can't. You have to look at this week for who you're matching up against to start. But when you draft people, you have to look at the long term, and then you have to look at each week and go, well, what happened with that team, and how's this going to play out? And to me, it's all instinct. I think the first thing I would do when I play fantasy is I look at the matchup and I go, okay, it's the Dolphins versus the Vikings. Who's going to win the game? Oh, the Dolphins are going to win the game. Okay.
Yeah.
Now,
You saw the
who's their
Vikings
running
yesterday?
back? Who's their this?
there?
Right? So if I have a running back, I'm going to look at who he's playing this week, but I'm not going to look at how well I think he can actually do. I'm going to look at how well the team can do, and then take it from there, and then figure out how he's going to fit into that game plan.
Okay, so even though you're picking individual players from different teams, it's still their performance as a whole on that particular day against whoever their matchup is.
Right, and it depends a lot on the team, too, because, like the Patriots might put up 49 points on the Jets. So I might go, okay, my tight end Gronkowski is going to have a huge day. And I might go, Julian Edelman's going to have a huge day. And Tom Brady's going to have a huge day. But when they play a different team, like, I don't know, let's say the Colts, they might be more of a defensive matchup, less scoring. And I might say, okay, they're going to win that on Gronkowski, but it's going to be short yardage passes. It's going to be stuff like that. I don't think the running game is going to be a lot of short runs, a lot of small yardage. it might build up over time, though. So I have to look at that, too. Can a guy get 200 yards getting 3 or 5 yards at a time, or 150 yards or 100 yards? On the other hand, that's maybe a game I want to stay away from, so maybe I want to put in my backup running back who's on a different team. So that I really look at who I think is going to win and by how much first, and I evaluate the game that they're in, and then I look at when do I want to play them and stuff.
All right, so that's cute and all, but here's the thing.
I never look at how the guys look.
This is a league of our own. This is a league of our own. So here's the thing. We, as a whole, all of us girls, we're gonna throw some names out there. Say if we're creating a fantasy draft team, and you could tell us, map, how career-wise if he's good, because we're gonna say he's fine. But I need you to tell me, I don't think I'll pick one, and I'll pick another fine one, and you tell me. But we want everybody to be fan.
Okay.
My league, no ugly.
Okay. So I have to tell you what they look like too.
No. Just tell me their stats.
You've already picked them out as far as good looking.
Yeah.
We got
the lookers. It's just we want to make sure that they're good too, because we just can't pick them because they're good.
I picked because they were good.
Just because they're good?
I went both ways.
It was a mixture.
It was a mix.
Except for the case of Brian Bosworth, most of the guys who were good looking, and I would question that he was good looking, but most of the guys who were good looking usually are good players.
That's true. All right. So me, for mine, QB, Cam Newton.
Cam Newton. Well, I'm going to wait to see who else is on the list. I'm not going to take him immediately. I don't think he's going to have a great season, but he has potential. What I would say about Victor Cruz is the reason I wouldn't take Victor Cruz is he's an excellent player and a good-looking guy, but Victor
too much salsa dancing for me.
But there's too many injuries.
Yeah, true. Yeah, very
too
true.
Many injuries.
And
so
too much fashion
I don't
week.
want a guy who's sitting on the bench. Well, I do think about where the guy's head is at. So Brandon Marshall, you mentioned him earlier in the day. He's already flapped his beak a little bit during this season with the whole Geno Smith incident and then with what went down with Brady. And so I would watch if Brandon Marshall was on my team, and I like Brandon as a guy very much, and I love what he's doing for mental health awareness. I would watch very closely how he progresses with the Jets and where he is mentally, what his quotes are, because he's a guy who halfway through the season, if they're losing. And you can have a player who's good on a losing team and still do well in fantasy.
True.
But if they're losing and his head's not in it, I'm not starting him because I think he's gonna not be there.
If he takes his medicine, I think he's gonna be fine.
Hopefully.
I have to take it to the AFC. I'm a big Andrew Luck fan. I love the Colts. Stay over there.
Wait, but hold on a second. You like that beard? You said you like good-looking guys.
Oh, wait. If I had to go based off of looks, I would have picked Russell Wilson. But, in terms of quarterbacks and what they can deliver on the field,
that's a good pick.
I would 100% go with him.
Yeah, but the problem is he's got to get rid of that beard.
That beard.
Yes.
Yeah, please.
God, that
beard. Some people do the beard, some people don't.
He don't. No,
who
he's a
were we
no.
talking about earlier that definitely finally shaved, and we were like,
he's on
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers is my pick. A lot of people might say he's not that fine. He's amazing.
So I would take him over Cam Newton. He's a great pick, and he's a very good-looking guy.
Yeah, when he shares that beard and you tilt your head to the side and do a little wink.
Can I ask you
something?
I
think he's cute.
Please.
Okay, so the Red Sox started this whole beard thing, I think.
Oh,
right?
Yes, they did.
Okay.
Yes, they did.
And
why you got to bring up the Red Sox?
Well, no,
oh
because
God,
I want to know.
I'm a Yankees fan. Don't do that.
I can't see how any of these guys get dates. I don't understand.
You can't see with the pockets?
It's the paychecks. That's
Hello?
it. I get that. But seriously, can you tell me, are there any guys with beards like that Duck Dynasty kind of beards that you find attractive?
No.
There is a whole Pinterest
No.
board of evidence of why beards can be sexy.
But like a nice trim, good-looking beard like a Don Johnson beard. Or,
I could do that.
Maybe there are some baseball players who are
I was going to say,
evading
it works well in baseball because you're not, covering.
Right. I don't know.
I can't.
No, I could.
I'm anti-beard.
But you know what? Maybe, I don't know. It's this whole thing on beards are in, I guess, and there are people out there, man. The Midwest.
But if some guy asked you for a date and he had a beard like that.
No.
Yeah. No matter how nice he was.
Sorry.
No.
Yeah.
We could work around it.
Really?
If you cut it.
I could take him to Walgreens and we could get some Bic.
Right.
or
Yeah.
whatever.
I
Gillette.
mean, I wouldn't say no, but
You
yeah,
know?
I wouldn't be attracted to
What
it.
if
It would
you
have
were
to come off.
What if you were dating a guy? He played for the Packers. It gets cold there, or the Bills. He grows out his beard a little bit, and you haven't seen him in a couple weeks because he's traveling, and he's got this big bushy thing. Do you like literally hand him a
I
razor?
would get him a scarf.
Yeah.
So he won't have to grow a beard.
He's
There
got
you
enough
go.
money.
He's
I mean,
got a
he
snow
could
catcher
get
down
somebody
there.
to go trim that up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. All right, so
Back to our
so
picks.
Aaron Rodgers, great pick.
All right, so
Okay.
I'll
Pick
pick
him
him
over
over
Kim.
Cam.
Yeah.
Okay, and he is cute. So, all right, next, who has a pick? Running back, wide receivers,
Well,
like
wide
what?
receiver, what do you think about Antonio Brown?
I think that's a great pick.
Yes,
I think that's a
God.
great pick.
Yes,
I don't know about
God.
his hair,
But I would have
think-
picked him too.
As long as he
Now,
keeps-
here's a guy
But I
that a
think
lot of
he's a great
people
pick.
would like, and I don't know how you feel about his looks. Odell Beckham, he's
Yes.
certainly
Yeah.
he's got
That's what I would
interesting
pick.
he is
looks.
cute. He is
Yeah, he's
cute.
cute.
He's a guy
He is.
I wouldn't pick. I think a lot of people have.
I wouldn't pick him either.
And I'll tell you why.
Career-wise.
I think two reasons. One, his attitude. I don't love his attitude. I think
He's feeling himself.
He's a
Too
little
many Vogue magazines.
Yes, and
Yeah.
I think he's going to be injury prone, just like Victor Cruz. And I could be wrong, but I think he's already shown signs that that's where he's at.
Yeah,
and I
he
hope
didn't
not.
do that great
but
to me.
yeah.
Get a healthy Des Bryant.
But Des Bryant's, see, that's the thing.
He's
It's like you
another one.
love
No.
a healthy Des Bryant, but that's a guy
Healthy.
I'm not picking either.
No,
I wouldn't
I'm
pick
not
him
picking him.
either.
I didn't pick him either.
I'm
no.
not picking him.
No, he
I was
not.
going to take Tom Brady. I was talking about this.
Oh!
No, wait, hold on. What? Now, you don't think he's good looking?
He is.
I'm a
I
Jets
think-
fan. No, he does not.
But you-
think
you-
He looks
but I
like a
hate
serial
New
killer.
England.
I'm
See,
sorry.
but here's the
I know
problem.
all the
Ooh,
New England
ooh, that's a
Patriots
good
fan
point.
is gonna come after me,
Wow,
but I just
he kind of has the Dexter look.
he looked like a serial killer.
Wow.
He does. I'm sorry. Like if he's at the bar and buy me a drink, I'm not taking it.
That are you
I'm not-
serious?
On Jesus' name,
That
I'm not taking
is that
it.
is the greatest call I've ever heard
For
because
real,
you're
like,
right.
he
Now
was
that you
crazy.
say that, he
He
kind of
does
has
look-
that very
look at
sullen.
The new ad campaign he's in Under Armour. It looked like, are you selling like duct tapes and handcuffs and stuff? Or are you selling Under Armour? I don't know what you're trying to do to me.
Yeah, I
you
don't
make me
know.
nervous. Like my heart beating right now. I'm scared.
I'm scared.
I'm in West Virginia.
Listen,
I'm not gonna lie.
at least you know that
Go
there'll be
Mountaineers.
cell phone records of it that the government can get to. okay?
Yeah.
I'm like,
The NFL can't, but the
and
government
he
will.
gonna get away with it too.
But probably he's good like that.
Probably.
Well, here's the reason I was taking him. So this was an unpopular pick. When he was suspended, I said nobody's going to pick this guy. Take him late as your backup quarterback. He misses 4 games. He's going to come back with a vengeance. Here's a perfect example. You can look at guys who have 4 games suspended. So you get a good starting quarterback. Nobody takes him. You take him in the 10th, 11th, 12th round as a sleeper guy, and then the second half of the season, you only have to be 4 weeks without him. Now, here's the thing about fantasy, and I think this is maybe why you guys are having some trouble.
Yeah.
Is you can't go with your heart. So you can't say, well, he plays the Jets, so I don't like him.
oh my God,
or,
That's me.
that's women. We're a little emo. If you guys don't know that.
well, I know. I get it. But I'm just saying, if you want to do well in fantasy, you can't go that way. You
Okay.
have to say,
Ability.
well, oh, yeah, it's
Right.
ability and it's all these other things. No, look, I'm a little bit like you guys. There are certain teams I hate because their uniforms are ugly, and most guys would slam me for that.
The
Yes.
throwback Pittsburgh Steelers Bumblebee.
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
the Charlie Brown one.
Yes. Oh my.
understand.
Wah, wah, wah,
But
wah,
I
wah.
can deal with those. Honestly, I can deal with those a lot better than some of the other teams. First of all, I hate the Saints uniforms. I don't know why. I can't stand them. Yeah.
They don't bother
Interesting.
me.
That black and gold isn't
Black
working?
and gold is
Because
cute.
it's like it's not gold, it's beige.
with sparkle.
Yeah.
So-
It's like the color that my grandfather's car should be in Florida.
Yeah, that Buick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not in West
Yeah.
Virginia.
No.
But and then there's some other teams that have, like, first of all, the Browns.
Yeah, I was just
can
gonna say
can
that,
they
the
get
Browns.
it together,
I mean,
please?
oh, no.
They're trying. Now they've written Browns down the side
Yeah,
of their
but
pants.
does anybody else think M&Ms? I think since I was a little girl, I've
Yeah.
always
That's true.
they've
Or
reminded me of
Reese's.
Reese.
Yeah.
like chocolate candy.
Yeah, I do. That's
Not
why I
football.
always have a sweet tooth when I watch that game. Like on Sunday, I was eating cupcakes when I was watching the Jets game. I was like, why am I craving sweets? Okay.
Yeah.
I
good.
just
There we go.
honestly, the Browns remind me of Charlie Brown. You remember that episode when Charlie Brown's trying to kick it and Lucy's like, she like lifts the ball up so he can't like. It's just,
And he falls on his back.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
They play about that well.
think of
They've been
that.
playing about that
Yeah,
well.
I know. That's what makes me think
Oh,
of.
we talking about Johnny turnover? Oh,
Listen,
Menzel, all them
listen,
turnovers.
Johnny,
he
gave up the money sign.
Yeah.
It's 'cause he's
Johnny
not
gave
making
up the
any
money.
more.
he gave up a lot of turnovers. Like them,
He gave up a lot of
turnovers were-
stuff.
Those
So
turnovers were
you're
great.
saying I can still pick the entire Patriots defense even though I'm a little scared of them.
You know, I think that the Patriots
I don't
defense is
think
going to be really good this season,
Yeah, I think
actually.
so, too.
I think you can pick them, absolutely. Defenses are hard to pick, though, because they go
Yeah.
quick and you don't know when to pick them, and you don't get that many points for them. So you're better off taking offenses, worrying about the defense later. In most leagues, it depends on your league. There are lots of different kinds of leagues, but most leagues, the defense doesn't really matter that much. And unless they pitch a shutout, which is very rare in the NFL, you're not going to
look at the Niners yesterday, though. They were amazing.
Wow.
Like, with Eric Mangini, you know, he's a great defensive coordinator. I always said that. I didn't really care for him as a head coach.
Son.
Yeah, I didn't care for him as a head coach. Don't get me wrong, even as a Jets, but I think he was responsible for basically the Jets defense.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
he built that team with Revis and Pace and God, I'm having a brain fart.
No,
but you know I'm
know,
going.
yes, and
yeah,
the names are slipping my mind. But yes, you're right.
Marty.
I thought that Mangini is a great mind. I think he's not a great leader of men.
He's not exactly. That's what I say. I think he look what he did yesterday. He showed why he's a great defensive coordinator. So if I was going for defense, fantasy-wise, even though you say it don't matter, I would definitely go with it.
Well, I didn't say it doesn't matter. It does not weight it as heavily.
Yeah.
And so you want to take better offensive players. And I don't think the 49ers are going to have a great season. I think they're on the down spot.
I agree. In defense?
Well, you can't take players individually, but if I
just you got to go a whole
well,
team.
Depending on the league.
She's going because he's fine.
I would. Well,
She's like, I know why she wants it.
Then you should draft him. Yeah, absolutely. Draft the whole defense. Basically. He's a good player. I would take him if you could take players individually. But yeah, the 49ers. I mean. They had a great game yesterday, but I also think that
great run last 2 years.
Right.
Reggie Bush is dope.
Oh, maybe like
he ain't even
2003.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I'm
maybe
pretty sure I was still really playing video games at that point.
Oh, when he was at USC.
Yeah. Like,
With braces. Wow.
Reggie Bush.
No, he's not even on my radar. Ooh, wait, I got one. I'm sorry.
How did you become such a Jets fan?
Oh my God! All right, so I am.
Because you really know a lot of Jets stuff too.
Yeah, oh my God.
Like you know Jets history.
Yeah, I'm a Jets nerd. Jets, Jets.
Oh.
All right, shout out to y'all. Send me some tickets. No, I when I was in Jamaica, because I grew up in the islands, so we mostly watched soccer. I played netball. We watched cricket. We're big cricket fans. And my father, you know, we were lucky enough and blessed enough that he made enough money that we were able to afford satellite dishes so we can get the American stations. And when the American games would come on, my dad was watching it, and I would join him, and I'm like, what is this? This is fun. It's so aggressive. Like, this is amazing. And I always loved New York. Growing up as a kid, I always visit New York a lot. But I picked the Jets because I'm a big underdog lover, and I look at history. Nothing against the Giants. Giants, amazing team, great team. You know, but I just fell in love with the Jets, and they always, you know, I just feel like I just want that. You know, we just want the team to just like
get it together, do better.
Yeah, just like
the
you know, I know, and it's frustrating because when I see that they have the weapons, and sometimes half the weapons. And, you know,
listen, they have the weapons for a high school team.
I'm with you on that. Tim Tebow, great quarterback.
God,
great quarterback. I'm just saying
he
was a great quarterback at Florida. He gets to the Jets. Can't make it happen.
I was honestly kidding. I'm a Giants fan, but I love the Jets as well. I love New York.
You know, I just feel like they're a great team, and eventually they're getting there. They're gonna get it. You know, front office is a hot mess.
Makes me feel like the Mets, man. It's like
like the Mets.
You're really killing me. I'm a Mets
season.
fan. You're wearing Mets blue. Oh, it's Giants blue.
Like
Mets and Giants blue.
No, it's Colts blue.
It's Colts blue.
Oh, okay.
Now
wait.
I
was
debate
trying to say
blue.
for Yankees, but
Like,
it ain't that.
No, that'd be
I
negative.
like the Yankees. I mean, I like the New York teams, but
the Mets are doing good this year.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
so guess what? You don't know. Like, this is our first game. You don't know what we're gonna do this year, and I am praying to the football gods that the Jets get to the Super Bowl.
I will tell you this: the best chance is Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, you can't bring back in Geno. Like, he lost his job from the time he opened his mouth.
I will tell you this: I think Mark Sanchez is better than Geno Smith, and I can't believe I said that.
Mark Sanchez is.
Yeah,
I know, for real.
I'm a little confused right now.
No, but he is. Like,
I don't think either of them should be in the NFL. But
yeah,
I agree.
You had a question though. You were going to ask something. No? I thought you were going to ask something. All right.
All right, so.
You definitely had a question. I cut you off. I'm sorry about that.
I don't remember.
You were looking at your notes.
Oh, one more pick.
Okay.
I'm in love with this player. He's a great player. Megatron, Calvin Johnson.
He's a good pick. He's a really good pick. Bad team, but
Ooh.
somebody's got to
Yeah.
score touchdowns at some point. Matthew Stafford is a decent quarterback. He's got an arm. They've got a little bit of a revised defense, so he could have the opportunity to score a lot. He's a guy you always want to pick. It's hard to pick him early because he's on a terrible team, and even though somebody's got to score, you got to hope that the Lions aren't going to be like the Jets and not put, like the Jets last year didn't put up very many touchdowns. Now, the Lions did well last year, but I've always not been a Lions believer. I've always been a this is a team that
can't get right. It's like
Right.
they right here because I like the Lions.
But I would tell you, I would look at Calvin Johnson. I definitely would look at him. I like Andre Johnson a lot. I like Larry Fitzgerald for running backs as well. Larry's just amazing. But, Calvin is really good. It's just it's really hard for me because he's on a team. I'd probably look at their schedule and try and figure out how well he could do against the teams that
And maybe pick him
they're
as a
playing.
2, like a second.
Yeah, maybe even a backup because the thing is also he's really the
I'll
only.
take him as a backup any day.
He's the only guy that they have, so it's easy to defend against him. I mean, think about when they play a team like the Jets. If they play the Jets, you stick Revis on Calvin Johnson, and he's on him all day.
Yeah.
Even though somebody's got to score, it might not be Calvin Johnson that day. So.
Tate.
True.
Yeah, Tate's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
take him.
I'm like, I'll take him too.
I'll take him.
I can't.
So CJ is watching in the chat room. He wanted to know.
I'm single. I love Jesus.
Are you talking to CJ or Golden Tate? Both.
Either one.
He wanted to know all of your favorite teams. So let's
Ooh.
start with football, I guess, for
Yeah.
you. And, we know the Jets.
Oh, come on now. Yeah, exactly. Like,
Okay, and then-
gangrene.
And then let's say baseball
Yankees.
and basketball
Knicks.
and hockey. Do you have a hockey team?
Rangers.
Yes. All right.
And I won.
Sonia,
phone number.
how about your teams?
Oh man, I honestly I've always been more of like a player fan.
Okay.
So I think even fantasy would really work for me. That's why even talking about the whole fantasy team, I think it would work really well for me. But I have to say for football, Steelers.
Very nice.
And basketball, it's just tough. That one I'm a player fan, so I'm not a bandwagoner.
So who's your favorite player?
Right now,
ain't Russell.
it's definitely
It ain't
it's definitely Steph Curry. Yeah.
I like
And baseball's Yankees.
Can you explain to me the Steph Curry thing? So when Steph scores, I make fun of him a lot because I do this on my show.
Yeah.
When Steph scores, he looks angry. He's not happy when he scores. And he comes down the court and he does this.
Emotion.
It's emotion.
No, but like, okay, you played. If I score, especially I'm a hockey guy, right? And if I score, it's usually a hard-working goal, and it's like, it's the best feeling. And I got the fist pump, and I'm pounding my chest, and I'm talking trash to the other team. Like, I'm excited though. I've got the biggest smile. He's like angry. He's like, "Argh."
Yeah, he's got to
It's
let that out.
kind of like,
Yeah.
oh my God.
He was the
Some
same.
people's facial expressions is just different.
That's true.
Like let's switch and go to singing. John Legend. You know what I mean? So Steph Curry is just like that. It's just with sports,
All right.
but it's emotional.
And
It's
what about
definitely
your
that.
teams?
New York Giants, New
Yes.
York Yankees. I don't have one in basketball. I just have players. Some of basketball.
Who's the players? Who's your favorite?
Well, Chris Paul, because I'm a
CP.
point guard.
Yeah.
But Steph Curry, LeBron, Kyrie. I
Everybody.
have players.
Do we appreciate LeBron a lot more now because of what he did in Cleveland now, coming back?
I
because
think
we
I was gonna say I think in general because he's not with the Heat. There's I think his motives now people are starting to get behind.
But even with the Cavs, like the first time, we were like, oh, okay, but like I don't know, maybe it's not all LeBron, or it's kind of all LeBron, but maybe he's not that good. Then he goes to Miami, and he's amazing, but he's got all this help. And then he comes back to Cleveland, and he really, I mean, Kevin Love goes down, everybody goes down, Kyrie Irving goes down, and yet he's carrying the team all the way to the finals.
Basically.
Yeah.
I mean, do we finally, like, I look at that and I go,
no, I give him his props.
He's pretty good.
I will too. I will definitely
I
say
give
he's
him
one
his
of the
props.
greatest.
Like,
He
the
is one of
reason
the
why
greatest.
I used to say I didn't like him, because I'm not going to lie, it was straight hate. I'm just a hater, especially when he left and went to Miami. I was just straight hate. I had no reason, because he's one of the greatest players of all time.
I just didn't like him because I didn't think that he wanted the ball at the crucial moment until, I guess, until this year.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah, I feel like
That's true. Yes.
He was not like a clutch player.
No, he
which
wasn't
is, which when you
enthusiastic.
want to compare him to the greatest are always clutch players. And so up until probably, like you said, up until this year is really when you're starting to see him do that. And maybe it's because he feels now that he has to have that leadership role, and he's finally stepping up to the plate. I don't know.
He's doing better. I mean, I would still like to see him post up a little bit more at the end of the game, because you're physically stronger than a lot of players instead of settling for the three, which his shot has become more consistent. But like, if he's going full force, 94 feet through the court, no one is stopping in front of that, taking the charge.
No.
He can't be stopped.
Yeah.
So
and most people guarding him, I mean, if the position that he plays, most people guarding him are so much smaller than him too.
Yeah.
It's like he's so huge. He's a beast.
He is. I was at the Garden when he put up, I guess, right after Kobe put up 63, he put up like 58. And I was in a skybox, so I was looking down, and he just was so much bigger than everybody. And the only player that reminded me of that, or that he reminded me of, was actually Shaq. When Shaq was with the Orlando Magic, I saw Shaq play like third or fourth row up in Orlando. And this guy, especially back then, was so much bigger than everybody. It seemed like he took 3 strides and was across the court.
One.
Yeah, and it seemed like he
didn't have to jump to dunk
no,
either. It's like,
he just would be like, all right, give me the ball.
Yeah,
Let's
that
check.
was a sad day when Shaq started slowing down.
Yes.
Which, if I can throw a little bit of shade though, Shaq on ESPN, turn your mic up. Turn your mic up. I can't hear you.
Well, I just think that. Who are your favorite teams?
Oh man, I'm all over the place because I just love watching. But football, I've got to go with the Colts.
Okay.
I was a big Tony Dungy fan for years. I think he was an excellent coach, and for me, that is the pinnacle of how good you can be in sports is how good that coach is. Baseball, I'm from the South, so gotta go with the Braves.
Wow.
Gotta go with the Braves. I love the history there. I mean, great pitchers, great outfields, great offense for years.
Don't forget Fred McGriff. You've got John Smoltz, Tom
Bobby
Glavine,
Cox. Like, it was.
David Justice.
There are some great things coming.
At least that's what Halle Berry said.
Well,
yeah, exactly.
That's what she said.
Oh man, I remember I had a thing for like Rafael Furcal when he was playing with him before he got traded to the Dodgers, and I was a little pipsqueak, and I got to meet him after the game, and he signed my ball. Man, I had stars in my eyes. But so yeah, I love the Braves. Let's see, NBA. Oof, that's tough. Because I'm a Celtics girl.
Oh,
Wow.
Oh, I know. Go ahead.
South and
I
then
told you.
Celtics.
I told you. I'm all over the place.
Lord.
Pierce?
All over the
Is
wrong
it Pierce?
place.
It was Pierce. It was Garnett. And like it was that.
Garnett.
They're gone. Yeah, I said it was. I said it was.
And Doc, maybe Doc Rivers.
Yeah, Dog. Like it was. Who also has a very interesting voice. Yeah.
Well, he's always trying out to be the replacement for James Earl Jones.
Oh,
in the next
absolutely.
round.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Actually, Jamie Foxx does an incredible Doc Rivers impersonation. But yeah, so I've always really liked the Celtics. But you know, since moving to New York, I gotta throw a little love to my Knicks. So.
Awesome.
Right,
Awesome.
awesome.
I love the Knicks.
What's yours?
Okay, here we go. I'm going to run them off real quick. And
Better not
then
say
I have
nothing
one
crazy.
quick question from Digital Phil, and then I'm turning the show back over to you guys. It's your show.
Oh, no, yeah, we're going to kick you off if you
Congratulations.
say something crazy.
No. All right, I'm the New York Rangers for hockey.
Okay.
I bleed Ranger blue.
Oh, nice.
Then I've got the Giants for football, but I also like the Jets.
Yes.
I'm the Mets, but I also like the Yankees.
There you go.
But
Ooh.
I'm a Mets fan, but I like the Yankees.
Ooh.
Okay.
And in in basketball, I'm a Knicks fan all the way.
It's New York all the way.
Yeah.
You're perfect.
All that New
York
York
love
love.
for you to stay longer, but you got to get out of here.
All right, one question from
Okay.
Digital Phil,
Yeah.
and he wants to know what inspired you to do the show. He said he's loving the show. He loves you guys. Congratulations. And we had a couple other questions too. We're not going to get to them tonight. We'll get to our terrifics another night. We'll get them involved in the show. But he wanted to know what inspired the show and how you guys put it together.
Yeah.
What inspired me was just how sports can bring anyone and everyone together. If you notice, like in a stadium, everyone is cheering, whether it's the opposing team or so, they're all together. That's one thing where everyone will put all their personal lives aside and relax and watch it. I love the energy, the vibe, just the spirit of it all. And me being just such a competitive person at heart, just watching all these games and see all the bonding going on, I just was like, wait, there gotta be other girls out there that feel the same, that we may not be retired players or be on the field, but we just love everything about it. And God just put me in path of these wonderful girls who had the same passion, the same feel, the same drive for it. And I was just like, why not? Why not create a space for us, a league for us? Like, why not come up with something that's our own, that we could just vent, talk about, speak positive stuff about, just everything in one. So, yeah, that's why I, came up with this amazing
Well, we
show.
love it here at BeTerrific. In our Slack chat, two of our terrifics, Jenny from Finland and Paul Dixon from the UK, both had similar sentiments, and they said it's nice to finally see beautiful women who can talk about sports intelligently, know what they're talking about, and have a lot of fun doing it, and aren't just talking highlights and scores.
Oh my God, exactly.
Oh
That's
my goodness.
X's and O's. You could go to ESPN for that.
Yes.
Right here, we just want to be real and speak about what we actually feel about it,
Yeah.
besides yards and numbers.
Yeah.
Life is not all about yards and numbers,
And that
so.
you can be pretty and an
And
athlete
and not
still
and
play
yeah.
sports. Like,
Yeah.
you don't have to be like, oh, she looked like a man. No.
What's Trent Richardson doing here? No, that's the thing. It's so true that you can be pretty and play sports, but I think everybody is pretty in their own way, and that's what we with so much of an emphasis.
Beautiful in
I
our
think the
own
weird
way.
thing is nobody ever goes, well, that dude's really ugly, but he's a great football player,
Yeah.
or they don't really judge the guy on his ability because he's not good looking. But I talked about this on my show the other day, how much crap we used to give Serena because people thought
Yeah.
she, and by the way, she's a beautiful woman.
What?
Did you
I've
see
seen
her
her
on
in
the
person.
cover?
Good
and,
God.
and what an amazing body.
She's
And we would say,
amazing.
oh, she looks like a man, and we give her a hard time, and she's not nice, and she's not this. And yet you want to say, you remember in like 1998, and you want to say, wait, she's not nice because you're not nice to her, and you want her to be nice to you and all this stuff. And she's got to go out there and be a warrior, and she was paving the way. And so there are a lot of
Yes.
people, you wouldn't say a man isn't a good athlete because he's not good looking.
That's so
Like,
true.
Or you'd never say like, oh, well, that guy looks like a woman out there. Why would you say that about a man? So I'm glad that you brought that up, and it's great that you guys are beautiful, but everybody is beautiful in their own way.
Yes,
And
yes.
That's so
it's just
true.
great to see you guys doing this show. So thank you guys.
Oh,
thanks for having us.
Thank you, and thank
Yeah.
you, Terrifics, for loving us, because
Yeah.
this is our baby, and it's it's the day like we're actually bringing it out to you guys, and thank you so much for the love, and
And we want to be terrific for you.
exactly. We want to be terrific for you.
Keep all those questions coming. 'Cause
Yes,
we
please.
love answering them.
Yeah, follow us, at A League of Our Own, and on Instagram, A League of Our Own TV. Send us your funniest pictures, like DM us.
Yes.
We're here for you. We want to hear your comments. We want to hear your questions, and so every week we can actually address them and give you a shout out. So we're gonna take a break. We'll be back. Thank you, Michael,
Thank you, guys.
for helping us out with our fantasy picks. Even though I don't like half of them you picked. But we'll be back after this break. BeTerrifics, welcome back to A League of Our Own. I'm Abeba Davis, and I am here with my lovely ladies who love sports. I just want to say before we even go into our final segment of tonight, just thank you so much, guys, for showing us so much love. Thank you, BeTerrific TV. Thank you, Michael Artsis, for basically creating a home for us. We would not be here, you know, without your help and just without you basically giving us a home. Like, I'm like a little choked up because this is my little baby, and I'm just excited. Terrifics, keep hitting us up with questions. Keep us with topics that you want us to talk about. And remember, it's not only about women talking sports. We want the male perspective, the male point of view. That's why we had Michael here on the couch, because we're not saying that we know everything, but we're being real about everything, and we do want your perspective and your questions. So continue hitting us up. And we're going to close out with what we are looking forward to this week in sports. So we're going to start with Nicole. What are you looking forward to this week?
Oh, I am all about that Braves-Phillies game coming up. I mean, it's always one of my favorite matchups. So I think for me, it's just really going to lead us well into the postseason. So I'm looking forward to see what kind of numbers my guys put up, as well as on the Phillies side. Football-wise, I got to go with the 49ers Steelers.
Yeah.
That's going to be a good game. I admire both of those defenses, and so anytime that two great defensive teams can go up head-to-head, I'm watching. So,
I would say I'm looking forward to definitely, I'm looking forward to, because I had about 5 of them, and I didn't want to keep going back to the Jets. But I am looking forward to the Bills and the Patriots. Rex Ryan will get his revenge. I really feel like it's going to be a great matchup with Rex Ryan and Belichick. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. MLB, I'm looking forward to seeing the Astros and Texas. Yep. Yeah. So I think that's the one I'm looking forward to. Milani?
I am looking forward to the Giants and the Falcons on Sunday.
Ooh.
So we got to redeem ourselves. You know how we just lost.
That's
I won,
be a good matchup.
Right. Yeah. And you know, I still got to shout out our ladies for WNBA. I'm looking forward to New York Liberty taking on Washington on Friday, first round playoffs. So you know, we're number 1 in the East. So you know, let's go.
Oh wait, but now you said about Giants and Falcons just hit me. I'm like, what do you think about the whole thing with Eli and his, him saying, he was the one that told Jones not to score TD.
Wasn't it Rashad Jennings?
Jennings, sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Jennings, yeah.
So let's just think about the game.
And I love Rashad Jennings. I'm like glad he actually told the truth about that. Like, a lot of people, they didn't. Yeah, exactly.
Did you see the news that said he was like a $84 million dud or something like that?
Whoa.
Yeah, well, they came for him. Like,
Eli. Well, anyway. I still like Rashad Jennings anyway.
No, not him. They're talking about Eli.
No, I know.
Yeah. Jennings is a
they
great player.
They
it's
are
too
hard.
Marshawn Manning, though. Like,
he's a great player. You can't.
Depends on what year.
Yeah, sure.
I'm just saying. Like, I like the Giants.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Super Bowls to how many?
To yours.
What?
Ooh.
Did you just? I just said I like the Giants, and you just came for me.
But it's true.
okay.
But it's true.
okay.
I'm just saying.
But I'm just saying, in what year was he good? Maybe the year when he won those 2 Super Bowls.
What
it's
year
not
did the
this year.
Jets win?
Okay,
so
strike 3.
So we're going to talk about the Steelers, who I'm rooting for. So I'm looking forward to that game. Similar to what you had said, I feel like you're kind of like piggybacking.
Yep, come on over. Come on over.
It's all right. That's why we're friends. I'm definitely looking forward to that game. I think baseball. I mean, I haven't really been keeping up. I can't lie this year. I really haven't kept up. I'm a huge Derek Jeter fan. Since he's retired, it's just been really difficult to follow now. But you know what? I think the matchup between the Braves and I think the matchup between the Astros and Texas is going to be huge. So
What about A-Rod? He's been having an amazing year.
Yeah, actually, I got it. I thought
Clean too.
I was gonna say,
Yeah,
I'm still suspicious.
okay, because
I'm not,
I was thinking that.
Very clean.
I can't
Yeah.
forgive that easy.
Yeah.
I know, and a lot of New York,
on.
we're very
No.
cynical,
Oh, yeah,
and
we're
we
so
look
hard.
at. I'm still looking at him like this.
Yeah. See, and I always
Yeah.
thought A-Rod was like overrated. Like I just
I
thought
never
he
liked
was
him.
overpaid
On
and
and off the
overrated.
field.
But you know what though? This year, yeah, he's been doing a lot better.
Yeah, very.
So,
Last night's
good.
game was really, really good.
about time.
Like, yeah.
All that money,
All that money.
all that money, honey.
All right, so those are the games we're looking forward to. We want to know what you guys are looking forward to in the week of sports. And also, we have to give homage to New York Fashion Week. And athletes have been on the forefront of fashion, so we want to know who you guys are following and unfollowing on the fashion scene. And also, we cannot talk about sports and not get hungry. So we are asking you guys to send us your favorite game day recipes, your favorite tailgating recipes. And who knows, maybe Nicole the chef, Milani is a cook also.
On a healthy tip.
We might,
On
we
the
might
healthy
try.
tip. We need that.
We might try and recreate your recipes, and who knows, give you a shout out and feature your recipe on the show next week. So yeah, we just want to say thank you guys for watching. It is such a pleasure just knowing that you guys have been receiving us well, and that we have a home, BeTerrific TV, which is all about positive content, which is what we're all about. Not just about sports, just being positive also. And for everyone, we just want to be a league that is very I would say influential in a positive way. If I say positive one more time. Yeah, your thoughts, ladies?
No, I'll just to add on to that. I think let us know. We'll shout you out. Follow us on social media, and just really excited to be able to share our lives with you and our thoughts and who we are as a whole, and just doing it through sports and allowing us to just we're allowed to now have a voice.
Yeah.
Where I feel us as women, we've always kind of maybe talked. I know Nicole and I, we've had our little talks about sports, but now we have a voice to kind of, do it now and have all of you terrifics watch us. So we're really thankful, and we're looking forward to continuing this throughout this time.
Yep.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Yep. Terrifics, let us know what sports you played. Let us know, let us know if you can't play sports. I've had, but I've had injuries myself, so some people can't, but they're diehard fans, and if they could, then they really would, play sports like we were blessed to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I think,
let us know, Terrifics. We're here.
Yeah. Sonia, you're basketball.
Yeah.
Milani, basketball, softball, field hockey, track, soccer, baseball, badminton, tennis, cheerleading, water polo, cheerleading. But the water polo, water, my hair.
But it's true. I think I can definitely speak for myself, but I've been waiting for something like this for such a long time, for women to be able to get together and just talk about sports, not because we had anything necessarily, better to say, but just because we have something different to say.
Yeah.
And I'm so excited that we get to share it on BeTerrific TV, because I feel like this is just a perfect outlet for us to just interact with other people who have that same passion and that same commitment to their teams, to their sports, all the bumper stickers out there.
That is so true.
all the caps and tickets that you guys buy to go see the games. Like, we're right there with you, and I'm just so excited to share this next couple of seasons with you guys.
Yay! Ooh, and as like a little cliffhanger, we, of course, we want to keep it light and fun. We basically came up with the first ever annual League of Our Own on BeTerrific TV cuffing season. It's a big deal. So we're going to come up with our draft picks. We're coming up with our preseason picks. Yeah. We're coming up with even roster cuts. And normally cuffing season is always for the men to pick. They will have a lineup of women, but hey, we're flipping it. We're gonna be the ones picking the boys for our cuffing season. So you should stay tuned for that. It's gonna be fun. Send us your picks for cuffing season.
Yeah, let us know. Let us know who wants to
who
be
you're
on it.
cuffing.
Yeah.
I want to see
And let
this.
us know if you want to be cuffed.
Let us
saying.
know. Yeah. So we just want to say thank you again, Terrifics out there. Thank you guys so much for your love and support so far, and we look forward to continuing this journey and for it to be just bigger and better each and every time. And yeah, I just want to say we appreciate you. So thanks again, Michael Artsis, for BeTerrific TV. Let's all continue being terrific, and we'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.